Oh God, why? Oh God, why? Why would you do this to me, movie? Of all the days to emotionally wreck me and rock me to my core, why did you choose Valentine's Day to do this to me? This is supposed to be a day of happiness, of joy, of celebrating love. This is not what I expected to feel like on Valentine's Day. I did not expect to cry on this day. But you brought me to tears, movie. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you satisfied, movie? You made me cry, okay? Congratulations, you made me cry. Ugh. Hey guys, the Black Critic guy, and happy Valentine's Day? I really struggle to use that word right now after what I just witnessed because I don't feel happy at all. But hopefully you all are having a happy Valentine's Day, either by yourself or with friends or with a significant other. So for today, I had two videos planned for you. One is actually up already. It's on the SMG Guam channel. I'll put a link in the description, and there'll be a link at the end of this video to check it out. It's a top 10 list, 10 romance flick recommendations or romantic flick recommendations. If you guys are looking for a romantic film to watch for Valentine's Day, I highly recommend checking out that video. I made some great suggestions. I hope you guys like it. And I definitely feel like those will put you at ease and make you happy rather than the film I'm about to talk about, which is the second video I have for you guys for Valentine's Day. Apologies in advance because it's a really sad one, but a very touching, a very beautiful one. And that is the romance-esque anime film, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Now, by hearing the title, you're probably scratching your head thinking to yourself, wait, that's the title of a romance film? That sounds like the title to a zombie movie. Why is it called I Want to Eat Your Pancreas? This doesn't make any sense, Tony. But trust me, when you watch the movie, the title will make sense. And I must say, it is one of the best titles I've ever heard for a romance film. It sounds strange to hear that from me, but I promise you, that's one of the best titles I've seen for a romance film. It's unique, it's clever, and it relates heavily to the story. Those are the best type of titles. But I'm not here to talk about the significance of the title of the film. I'm here to talk about the film. So what is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas? Well, it's the story about an introverted guy who keeps to himself and has no friends, who one day bumps into an eccentric, ditzy girl with a illness, because you know, you can't tell a romance story apparently without having a character with an illness, particularly a female character with an illness. Here we go, Your Lie in April again, right? And the two of them form this special connection. It's not a romance and it's not really a friendship, it's just a strong, unique bond. And throughout the film, you slowly see the main guy character, whose name I won't reveal because it's, again, it's kind of a, not a twist, but it's a reveal, a clever reveal, I must say. I won't give it away, but you slowly start to see the main character guy grow into a character that's more open, more willing to connect with others. And that's really what I want to focus on in this video. That's what I want to focus on. I know people want me to talk about the animation, the voice acting, the story. Animation looks beautiful, simplistic. It's not the best animation I've seen in an anime movie. In fact, I would say it's in the low tier in comparison to all the others, like A Silent Voice and Your Name. I feel like those had better animations than this. But the animation was effective. There weren't moments where I felt like they cheated us, besides the fact that they did utilize CG, I think, in 2 scenes. Other than that, the animation worked well. The voice acting is great. Everybody gave wonderful performances. They were very convincing in their roles. Even the guy that spoke very monotonely, the person that voiced the main character, he pulled it off. You know, I bought his performance. He really sold that distant, monotone, really doesn't connect with others type of character. The story is simple enough. It's nothing really special. but it's well executed. And that's all it needed to be. The story just had to be well executed. I had to care about what was happening in the story. I had to care about the characters. And the film did that job, did its job. I did care about the characters. I was interested in the story. But now let's talk about the characters. The two main characters, to be specific. Sakura and the main guy. I can't say that their relationship is the most unique I've ever seen in an anime film, but it definitely is up there in, like, I would say the top 10 strongest relationships I've seen in a romance anime film. Even though it's hard to categorize this as a romance. There are many romance elements, but I think it's more of a film about people connecting with one another. It's something that is beyond the words of friendship and love. And that's what the film was trying to emulate, is that their connection doesn't have a label to it. It's not a friendship, it's not love, it's not booty call, it's just a profound bond and connection between two individuals. And you feel it. I really felt like these two connected on such a level. Yes, the main guy character is completely distant at first, and he's supposed to be like that because they're polar opposites. One's a distant guy that keeps to himself, has no friends, is relatively a loner, and then you got this girl who's embracing life due to the fact that her life is limited and she has to experience as much as she can before her life comes to a tragic end. And she decides to spend it with this guy who clearly is not living life to the fullest. And she notices this and tries to bring her into her life to make him experience what she wants to experience. And to open him up. Help him grow as a person. And I really just love these small sentimental moments between them. Whether it's them joking around, or specifically her joking around with him, playfully teasing him, or these small sentimental moments where things get real between them. I mean, it's really touching. I liked it a lot. But I guess I'm kind of biased because I do like romantic elements. I'm a big fan of romance, so when I see romantic-esque elements in a film, of course I'm going to like it. But it's about the execution too. Just because you throw romance on the screen, just because you make characters spend time with each other, doesn't mean that you're going to buy it. I bought it here. Well executed, well done. I was touched by their relationship. And of course, I was rocked to my core by the ending. And it's not a spoiler to give away the fact that she dies. The first 2 minutes opens up with her death. It's her funeral. And then it goes back in time to kind of show you how we got to that point. And that's the weirdest thing too. Even though they gave away the fact that she died, I still was completely rocked to my core when it happened. And I guess it was a building of expectation, like just getting to this point. And when it finally came, and I called it when it happened, I'm like, okay, things feel too good to be true right now. This must be the moment. This is the dark turn, right? Sure enough, it was the dark turn. God. I won't say I cried like a baby, but I definitely teared up hard. And yeah, that's really all I have to say in regards. Like, I don't really have many problems with this film. It's a very well executed, effective film. It's not the best film I've seen this year. It's not even the best romance anime film I've ever seen. It's just a really well done one that knew what it wanted to be, fleshed out its main characters very well, and had a story that I was enthralled with from beginning to end. And, oh man. I'm still hurt by that third act. Again, I knew it was coming, but just the fact that I saw it just... I think if a romance film can have that much of an emotional impact on you, it has to be something worthwhile. It has to be something good. You might say it's emotional manipulation. I don't think so. Because the way that it was executed was very natural. You know when they're more emotionally manipulating you. There are times where I've watched anime and movies where I felt emotionally manipulated. Like they were driving me to feel this way. This one didn't feel like that. It felt very naturalistic. The emotions I felt, the connections I felt, these small little moments, like the time that they were in the hotel together, I felt butterflies in my stomach. No joke. Butterflies in my stomach. The moment that they were in the house together, or when they were on the street while it was raining, butterflies, my heart literally beating. The scene where they were watching the fireworks, a relatively overdone but effective romantic scene. It's just a delightful movie. It's simply beautiful, as my title clearly states. It's a simply beautiful anime film that hits all the right notes for me. I would give it a hell of an anime film. You can take that for what it's worth. I know that I'm a big fan of romance films, so maybe there's a bias to it, but I love a well-told, effective, well-executed story. And that's what this is. If you're a fan of romance films or romance-esque films or films about people forming a strong bond with each other, definitely watch this. I highly recommend it. I will go into a little bit of a spoiler. Spoiler. I put a link in the description to skip to the point where it's not a spoiler anymore because I'm not editing this, so I can't really put right here, go to this number to skip the spoiler. So just click the description and go to that point where I'm not talking spoilers. But spoilers. Okay. Hopefully nobody who hasn't seen the film is watching this part, but okay, let's go. So, her death. Her death was actually kind of a surprise. She didn't die of natural causes. She was stabbed to death. Now, I know this is not really significant. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of the story because it's an inconsequential point. Because the whole story is about the main guy, whose name is Haruki, by the way, which means spring tree. Spring tree, and Sakura, her name is Sakura, cherry blossom. I get it. I liked it. I thought it was clever. Anyway, so she was stabbed to death. Now, they don't say who her killer is, but I have a sneaking suspicion of who her killer was. Because a random person wouldn't just stab a person in broad daylight. She was stabbed in like the afternoon or maybe midday, sometime between 11 and 1, I would say. She was stabbed pretty early. So the person that killed her must have had a personable connection or a former relationship with her. It wouldn't have been some random guy trying to steal her money or something. So my hypothesis, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, maybe it was explored in, I don't know if this was based on a manga, but I think she was killed by her ex-boyfriend. You see him twice in the film. One time at the beginning, and then later on in the middle where he confronts Haruki because he saw him coming out of Sakura's house, and he's like, "What are you doing at her house?" And they have kind of like an altercation. And I feel like he was so rocked and surprised at the fact that Sakura wasn't spending any time with him and she's completely ignoring him, and he just couldn't deal with it, so he confronted her one more time before she met with Haruki, and he probably was like, "You're going to see Haruki, aren't you?" And she's like, "Yes, so get out of my way." And the emotions were just flooding through him, and he just acted emotionally and stabbed her. And also keep in mind, we never see him again after the second time we see him. So, again, that's my theory. I wouldn't say it's a wild theory. I think that's a very plausible theory. Who stabbed somebody in broad daylight? It had to be somebody that knew her. It couldn't have been just a random guy trying to steal her purse, or a random person just like, "Oh, I'm going to attack you." Maybe it could have been the guy that she assaulted at the beginning of the film. There's a scene where Haruki and Sakura are walking through a marketplace, and a guy bumps into an old lady on his bike, and kind of scolds her, even though you're not supposed to ride the bike in the marketplace. Maybe it was him. I doubt it, because why would he? There's no plausible reason. He wasn't like some type of brute, some type of not vigilante, but some type of malicious person. He was just an asshole. I really think that it was her ex-boyfriend that killed her, which makes it even more tragic when you think about it. I just hope that, you know, he got what he deserved. I hope he went to jail. So, but yeah, those are my thoughts on I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Oh, I guess since I'm still on spoilers, still spoilers. The reason I find the title of the film so clever is because it's an inside joke between Haruki and Sakura. There's a scene at the beginning of the film where she's talking about how, you know, they say if you eat somebody's stomach, it will heal your stomach, or if you eat somebody's liver, it will make your liver better. And she just grabs him and says, I want to eat your pancreas. And he even sends it as his last message to Sakura, because it has such a significant, I guess that's not the right word, but I would say that it has a deep meaning for them two. And that's why I like the title, because the title is a reflection of their relationship, the bond that they have. Usually most titles, like, you know, Your Name and Garden of Words, it more or less is a description of the movie itself, whereas the title for this film is a description of their relationship. It's an inside joke between the characters. I love that. That's perfect. It makes this film feel more personable to their story rather than being an encompassing story. You feel me? I like that. It was clever. It was smart. Well done. And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not one of my best, my most eloquent videos, but I just had to let it all out. I just finished the film like 15 minutes ago, and that's how I felt about it. I hope you guys give it a check, because it's really wonderful, especially if you like romance films. And again, if you would like to see something more delightful, more funny, go check out my Valentine's video over on SMG Guam, and also subscribe, because I'm actually going to be doing my review for Alita Battle Angel there soon as well. And let me know what you guys thought about I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Did you love it as much as I did, or did you find it cliche and boring, you couldn't get into it? And let me know, what is the most tragic romance you've seen in an anime film? An anime film, not a TV show, anime film. Let me know in the comment section below. And until then, guys, if you'd like to see more videos on this channel, be part of the Black Critic Crew, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. I'm talking about the romance lover, but also really devastated black critic guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.